and I envied them and their machines every time I returned home for a visit. Jack had a well-equipped machine shop garage, and I listened intently when he talked about his bikes and how he maintained them. Jack McPhee of New Jersey was the other Jack. He kick-started my process of learning how to ride by introducing me to a group of Honda Goldwing riders who would continue to encourage both my wife and me in our lifelong adventure in motorcycling. Jane once wrote about Jack McPhee and thanked him publicly for his role in getting us started. I'll let her words express how much influence Jack had on us. Walt met Jack at Bell Laboratories in 1989. Walt and I had decided to take up motorcycling. Both of us wanted to learn all we could. Walt found out that the labs had a motorcycle club that met during the lunch hour. He went to one of their meetings and met Jack, who was the chairman. Jack quickly assumed the role of mentor and initiated regular discussions about every aspect of motorcycling. He suggested that we take a Motorcycle Safety Foundation (MSF) class at a nearby college. Soon after this, both Walt and I passed the MSF beginner's course. We had only one bike, so it was decided that Walt would get his license first. To practice, you needed someone to ride with you who already had their license. Jack was our guy. Jack would come by on his motorcycle and ask if Walt would like to go for a ride to get practice. One time I was standing in the driveway, and Jack asked me if I would like to ride too. "Of course," I said. "I would love to." I grabbed my helmet and jacket from the house. I quickly ran back and hopped onto the back of his motorcycle. He took us through the back roads of Monmouth County, New Jersey. I can still remember seeing the chipmunks running along the road while I was sitting on the back of Jack's bike. That ride introduced me to a nature that I had never experienced before. When it came time for Walt to take his riding test, it was Jack who went with him. It was a stormy day. On the way, Jack came upon deep, standing water on the road ahead and tried to stop, but ended up turning his bike over and skidding. I heard that even sparks were flying. Once they got Jack's bike upright, they continued to the testing facility where Walt was told he did not have a correct insurance card and could not take the test. Jack was very nice to ride over with him on another date, so he could finally take the test and pass it. In the spring, I took the test also and passed it. Time went by. Jack met Val and kept telling us he had met this wonderful lady at his church. At that time, I was riding a Honda Pacific Coast, and Walt was riding a Honda Goldwing, so I wanted to join the Goldwing Road Riders Association, GWRRA. Jack and Val kept asking us to join the local chapter of GWRRA, just 4 miles away. Finally, when I got a trike, a 3-wheel motorcycle, we decided to join the chapter. That has led to many years of motorcycle adventures, with chapter members taking us to places we would never have thought to go in a car. Motorcycling has become a big part of our lives now. We appreciate all Jack has done for us in helping us to begin to ride motorcycles. He went the extra mile to take us under his wing and introduce us to a new way of living. Thank you, Jack. Jane Ann Kern. Walter F. Kern.
Chapter 3. The Man Ride 2005. It was the spring of 2005. It was time to ride, to make some memories on the road. The riders were Mike, Tim, Shane, Flash, and me. We fueled up ourselves with some breakfast, fueled up the bikes, and prayed up for the journey to Tombstone, Arizona. The ride to Tombstone was expected to be a 2-gas-stop ride. It turned out to be a 3-stop ride. Typically, my Harley Fat Boy was getting 170 to 180 miles on the stock motor. Then I put a Stage 2 kit on the bike. I found out the hard way that my mileage changed. The bike was now getting 140 miles to the tank. You got it. I ran out of gas on the first leg of the ride. With all of us sitting on the shoulder of the road 30 miles from the gas station and not having a siphoning hose or a bottle to put the gas in, Shane walked up to Flash's bike and, without even asking, pulled the hose vent off his bike. Now we had a siphon hose. We found an empty bottle, and before long we were rolling again. We made good time to Tombstone, arriving before the sun dropped. But along the way, Flash lost his cell phone, charger, hat, Mike's hat, and a head.